Ooh, okay, I'm here. I promise. I'm the adorable Nimbus. Super cute, super fly, you know the drill. Okay, so I'm stuff and things, and life is hard. I recently got a new monitor. Oh my god, 2 monitor Nimbus. Okay, but you know what that means? A lot of fiddly bits and bobs that I kind of have to figure out in order to use everything, because obviously new screen, I had to get a new camera, and then my potato laptop doesn't have like 100 USB ports for everything, so I have to like unplug and replug some things in order to get some stuff working, and I need to get more USB ports. I need to get one of those adapters that makes more USB ports for my laptop. I need more. I need more USB ports. There's not enough USB ports. Why is there only like what 1, 2, 3 USB ports in my laptop? That's silly. I need at least 4, but 5 would be perfect. But I don't have that, so I'm gonna have to get an extension. That's money. And also effort, and also I don't know when I'm gonna go to the shops next, so I have to like plug and play and bits of stuff. But anyway, first world problems, I know. I need a drink of water because I don't know why. One moment. Anyway, the important thing is the screen works. Yay. But it also means that I'm going to get used to having 2 screens, so it's going to take a minute. Lord knows it takes me 100 years to do anything, right? All right, though, I can see myself on the other screen. Hey, look, it's me. Haha, oh, look, it's me playing the game, but it's also me being recorded. I don't know where my mouse went. I had a cursor on here, but the moment I put Dangan Ronpa on, it disappeared. Anyway, we're here for games. What were we doing? That was an excellent question. I don't remember. What were we doing? Kyoko. Seriously, Kyoko, what were we doing? Okay. Right now we have to get out of this horrible place. Figuring out the rest of the story can come later. And Makoto's like, yeah, okay. Kyoko, I forget what we're doing. Do you still have that one thing? Monokuma's secret tool that you got from the headmaster's room?
Indeed.
Of course I do. Oh, obviously. Could you imagine had she jumped down here without it? That would be stupid. It's an absolutely vital part of ensuring the ensnaring. I can't read. Ensnaring the mastermind. I would never part with it. Oh, good. And it can open any door in the school, right?
That's right.
So can it open the door to the trash bin? You know, should we be able to use it on that door? That door up there? Perhaps? Perhaps we can use it on this door since it's a skeleton key. Hey, Kyoko, we can use that key of yours to open this door, right?
It's true.
Let's find out. Thought it would suck if it didn't. Kyoko took out the key with a Monokuma design on it and slid it into the keyhole. And then, click! Yes, it opened.
Indeed.
And now we can get out of here. Let's go. Sounds good to me. I've been down here for a day. We quickly opened the door and made our escape from the garbage pit. Success! Me using my second monitor and everything. Finally! We were finally free. But there wasn't even time to take a breath of relief because the real fight had just now. How long have we been in this school for? It's been at least a couple of weeks, maybe even months. And like people have been killing each other. No, it doesn't matter. It's crazy. And we're all still alive, really? This is the group that survived? This is the group that has currently survived? Holy shiznick. Anyway, after leaving the garbage pit, we found ourselves in a tunnel extending straight up like a chimney. There was a metal ladder leading up into the tunnel. We started climbing the ladder, intent on reaching the surface. Of course, Makoto goes first because Kyoko is wearing a skirt. The ladder was impossibly long, I couldn't even see where it ended. We climbed into darkness. The passage was so dark and cramped I couldn't even see my own feet beneath me. I had no idea we were so far down.
Hey.
Don't lose your footing. If you slip, I won't be able to catch you. Basically my way of saying if you fall, that's it. Yeah, I'll be careful. But now that you said that, I'm getting kind of nervous. Maybe talking will help keep my mind off it? So Kyoko, there's something I wanted to ask you. You said you're the ultimate detective, right? So how long have you been doing detective work? How long?
So,
Ever since I can remember. I came from a long line of detectives. Detective work is in my blood. There was a time when being a detective was considered a sacred duty. My family always seen it that way. Then is your family famous? Are we talking Sherlock?
wrong.
Quite the opposite, actually. Even among actual detectives, many people haven't heard of us. Oh, but how come? It's like your family tradition, right? So...
Right.
Because we take pride in it. Right?
Indeed.
A detective is neither light nor shadow. We represent neither justice nor evil. That is how we can uncover the absolute truth. We stand neutral in all things, and to do that, we have to stand separate from the rest of society. Which is why we've made a conscious effort to conceal our existence. A conscious effort?
It's true.
It's kind of an old-fashioned and can't say it's entirely rational, but it's our family creed and we do what we must to protect it. Because like I said, it's our source of pride. Pride. So that explains... Before I came here, when was looking up info about the school online? When was looking English? Speak good aneurysm. Before I came here, I was looking up info about the school online. I never saw anything about her because she hid herself on purpose to protect the pride of her family.
However,
And yet, I gave up some of that pride. What? In order to enter Hope's Peak, I had to reveal myself to the school. I did it knowing it was something a true Kirigiri detective would never do. Well, the reason you gave up that pride, the reason you would go so far to enter Hope's Peak, it's because that's how much you wanted to reconnect with your dad, right? That's no shame in that. There's no shame in that. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm Makoto.
what?
Reconnect? I had absolutely no desire to reconnect with my father. Okay. Then why are you here? But you'd be reuniting after all those years, right? You would have had so much to talk about.
Wrong.
There's nothing I want to talk to my father about.
However,
There is something I want to say to him, though. What? No matter what it takes, I have to find him and tell him face to face. What is it?
So,
I went to several ties with him. Cool. So you came here so you could tell him you never want to talk to him again. Good work, Kyoko. Ever? The last time I saw him, I was still very young, so I don't remember myself, but apparently he was extremely intelligent. He was in line to become the next head of the Kirigiri family. He was talented, he had a promising future,
however,
but he had no interest in detective work, so he cut himself off from the family. Not long after that, my mother died and he simply ran away. He went to my grandfather's and they had a huge argument, and young as I was, he left me behind. I'm sure there was a reason for that. Sure your dad wanted to take you with him.
right.
If that's true, then I need to thank him. Thank him for leaving me. Because unlike him, I take pride in the work I do. I take pride in my family name. So every last part of me is happy he didn't take me with him. If I'd gone with him, I never would have had the chance to become a detective. I was above Kyoko on the ladder, so I wasn't able to see her expression, so I couldn't tell. I couldn't see how she looked when she said that, what she might have been feeling. All I could tell was that compared to her usual self, she was more talkative, probably because she feels bad about nearly killing you. Ouch. And more emotional, probably because she feels bad about nearly killing you. I don't blame him, you know. He had his own life to live. That's what anyone in my position might say, right? But it's not true.
However,
But there's one thing that I can never forgive. Really? The
so,
way everyone else looked at me. I was never sad about being left behind. Like I said, I think it was a good thing.
however,
But when the rest of my family looked at me, they saw something different. They only saw me as the little girl that was abandoned by her father. That's how they see me even to this day. His shadow has been following me my entire life. I'm sick of it. I need him out of my life. I need to step out of his shadow.
correct.
That's why I have to find him and tell him we're no longer family. In order to settle the past, in order to remove him from my life forever. I have no doubt he forgot about me years ago. But you're family, to just cut him out like that.
Wrong.
Our only connection is through blood, nothing more. Are we connected by heart and soul? No.
Hey,
Is blood really enough to call someone family? Only connected by blood, not by heart or soul. I was so shocked to hear her say something like that. I didn't know how to respond, so instead, I said nothing, because Lord knows I would have said something stupid. And she probably would have pulled on my leg and watched me fall to my death. I just kept climbing the ladder in complete silence. And after, I don't know how long, we finally reached the top. Yay, we did it! Hurrah! God, is it open? Looks like this is it.
indeed.
On the other side of this door, Hope's Peak is waiting for us. Oh good, we're back.
That's right.
Remember that hatch on the ground near the trash room? I'm fairly certain that's where we'll come up. I unlocked it earlier, so it should open without much trouble. Well, here goes nothing. I reached my right hand up and pushed against the hatch. Oh good, it's still unlocked. Jeez. The hatch opened with ease, and so... Yay! We're not dead. Looks like we're back. But I can't believe how long that ladder was. I'm exhausted. I can't exactly say we're safe and sound, but at least we're out of there. Now we're back in Hope's Peak Academy. Yay! Because that's where we want to be. Oh my god. Kyoko, thank you. I never would have gotten out of there without you. Even though it's because of you that I was in the first place. Ah! No thanks necessary. I was just returning the favor. Yeah, okay, thanks. This is how we got out of the trash pit. I never would have imagined that's where this led. I guess it makes sense now that you think about it. Yo. So, now what do we do? I'm glad I didn't die, of course, but like if the mastermind finds out, and I'm worried about you too. You helped me, so they might...
Listen.
You're worried? Well, of course, I'm Makoto. It's what I do.
So then,
Then let's just get a concrete answer. Huh?
in other words,
Let's ask Monokuma if there's a problem with you escaping. Oh, well, I mean, okay.
however,
If we try to hide, it's only a matter of time till we're found out, and it's not like we can run away. As she said that, she pointed at the nearby surveillance camera. So you're saying, rather than stressing out over getting caught, we should just give up now? Don't worry, what you think is going to happen isn't. Because the mastermind is the one that's ensnared. Okay, but like, how? You said something like that before. What does it mean?
so,
The mastermind stood exposed during the investigation into Makuro's death. There was a moment where the mastermind let their guard down. There was, I gotta be honest, I was like, not paying full attention.
right.
If we can talk to Monokuma, we can confirm it. And it'll be better for us if we go to him directly before he tracks us down. That should help with our negotiations. Oh, I'm still a little... Nah, I'm super uneasy. This is weird. But we don't really have a choice, do we?
Indeed.
Monokuma should be in the gym.
Shall we go?
Let's get going. Yeah, okay, let's go to the gym. Let's go to the gym. I know how to press buttons. Go to the gym. The whole first floor is gyms. Yep, there we go. Ooh. Well, I mean, he can't be too mad about it, can he? Maybe. I mean, probably fine, right?
Well now.
He's just like, did I kill you? Hey. Kyoko, I don't mind so much.
I don't believe it!
But Makoto's supposed to be dead. What's he doing here? That's exactly how I thought he'd react. Are we really gonna be okay?
Pung!
You were supposed to be punished. Did Kyoko help you?
What?
So what if I did? What will you do?
Shing!
If the guilty party is exposed during the class trial, they alone will be executed. It's unfortunate, but that is the rule. So now I gotta
Making
punish
me
you again.
angry!
And this time I won't leave anything to chance. Kyoko!
Right.
Do whatever you feel you have to. Awesome, thanks Kyoko, as always.
However,
But before you do, let me just say one thing.
now,
If you execute Makoto, that means you lose. Not that that matters to you, right?
Huh?
Eh? I lose?
Hey!
You explain yourself. What do you mean by that?
because
Well, you set up this latest class trial yourself, right? I was getting in your way, so you wanted an excuse to kill me.
in other words,
I was supposed to be chosen as the blackened and then executed, right? What are you talking about?
however,
But when Makoto chose to overlook my lie, your plan came crashing down. The results of the trial weren't at all what you were expecting, because you never imagined that in that position, one person would protect another like that.
right,
To be fair, that was very stupid of Makoto, and in response to that unexpected development,
Indeed.
you reacted by proclaiming Makoto the blackened and trying to execute him. You made the choice out of desperation, no more than that. You must have realized that Makoto, who refused to be manipulated, was a threat to you as well.
however,
But then, there was another unexpected development waiting for you. An entity that would throw a wrench, so to speak, in your precious execution machinery. Alter ego? You never imagined the possibility of a being that could come to our aid even after you'd killed it.
am I wrong?
Now here's the absolute truth. Makoto didn't kill Mukuro, you did. Well, shit.
Listen to me.
So executing Makoto for it would surely be a violation of your rules, which I know you love so much. If the blackened is exposed, they alone will be executed. That's what you told us, right? And that means I lose? You talk a big game. You're saying the blackened is me and not Makoto?
Well?
And you can prove this, right?
Well,
No, I can't. Ah, cool. Don't just say it like that. What is this? A common routine to make such a bold claim without a shred of evidence?
that doesn't matter.
I don't have any right now, but with a little more time, I guarantee I'll find some.
That's right.
Because no matter how deeply you try to bury it, there is only ever one absolute truth.
Pung, pung!
And now you're trying to talk like some kind of famous detective type.
Because
If Makoto really was the killer, he never would have come to you willingly like this. He would have feared for his life, feared another execution. He would have tried to run and hide. He would have been gripped by the despair you so love to inspire.
however,
But here we are, confronting you with nothing but hope in our hearts.
What the heck?
Not supposed to be enough to convince me in the absence of evidence?
indeed.
It's not you I'm trying to convince.
Hey,
If you were to execute Makoto now, everyone out there watching this would be extremely displeased. Oh, right, because everything's being filmed. I almost forgot about that.
indeed.
Imagine what everyone out there would think if you killed Makoto. They would assume that you killed him because what we said is exactly right.
Listen to me.
Despair can never kill hope.
Hey,
Of course you can say we're just making this all up. You're welcome to prove us wrong. No, you have no choice but to prove it. Because if you kill Makoto without proving your own innocence, you'll be accepting your own defeat. Oh. You want to earn our despair fair and square?
that's what we have
Then
to
I
do.
suggest you take my advice. So what is this advice of yours?
It's true.
To do Mukuro's trial over it. No, please don't make me do it again. Please, I spent like half an hour trying to convince Hiro that you were not a ghost. For fuck's sake, Kyoko, don't make me do it again. Only this time you followed the school regulations to ensure a fair trial.
It's time for one last showdown. One final battle between hope and despair.
Do we have to? Because, like, to be fair, he could cheat again, but okay.
Hey.
Well, that would make for a proper climax, wouldn't you say? A fair trial, one last showdown? In other words, this would be our chance to expose the true identity of Mukuro's killer? Of the mastermind themselves? For what reason would the mastermind have to accept the challenge? They'll probably just execute me without another word. Interesting.
Barrett!
Very interesting indeed. Very.
What's wrong?
Oh, I was getting bored, so I decided to change things up a little. So time for bear jokes. Now, what you're suggesting might be possible. It would certainly make for one honey of a climax.
In other words,
Does that mean you accept?
You guys!
If we do things your way, that'll be enough to convince you and the viewers, right? And it would cause you unbearable despair, right? Then I'm prepared to agree to your terms. Will your hope win out, or will my despair claim victory?
I can barely contain myself!
Let's have one final grisly showdown. He agreed? Then we still have a shot at this.
Bear it!
But this is the long-awaited climax, right? Just guessing the killer is barely a fitting end.
You guys!
So for this final face-off, you'll have to unearth all the mysteries that have been buried here. All the mysteries? That's right. Every last mystery that's pawing around the school, if you can do that.
I can barely contain myself!
That'll be enough to qualify as a victory for you. Okay, first of all, as an Australian, koalas are not bears. So I will not count that as a bear pun because koalas are not bears.
it's true.
That's what we've been trying to do all along. Okay, well good, then let's bear it all. If you can claw your way to the truth of Mukuro's death and solve the mystery of this school,
You guys!
then you win. But if you can't do all of that, we'll all face execution, right? I can barely contain my excitement. When you learn the whole truth, what kind of despair will you show me? We're as excited as you are, I'm sure.
Listen to me.
When we've uncovered every last truth, how will the ultimate despair reveal their own despair? I honestly can't believe how this has turned. I don't even know. But before we get started, I want to clarify one more thing. Do you remember the rule? When one student kills another, that's when a class trial is held.
What's wrong?
I remember that, for sure. So what?
Hey,
I just want to confirm that is what you said, right? And it's a true statement. You don't have to be so suspicious. I've said it before, but it bears repeating. Everything is based on the school regulations, and having a trial for Mukuro is no exception to that. Huh? Mukuro's trial is no exception? That it's part of the regulations? Which would have to mean that whoever killed Mukuro... It's a very polarizing approach, I know, but okay, enough puns. Anyway, here's a hint. I'm sure I told you this already, but... This killing game began with 16 participants, all of them high school students. And the only people to take a single step in Hope's Peak since the killing game began are those 16 students. What?
listen.
Are you telling the truth? Well... Why'd he go quiet all of a sudden? Oh, we're getting secrety. Oh my god, this is getting like really weird.
Now I'm really angry!
I'm talking. I got nothing left to say to you. Still get lost, would you? Why so mad? He seems unemotionally unstable.
Hey!
Leave me alone. Get out of here. Okay, I'm going. You're really gonna let me go? I don't even care anymore. You're all gonna get your punishment later anyway. Just start getting it ready. A super duper extra special punishment overflowing with despair.
Hey,
Come on, Makoto, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's go. And then everyone's like, oh good, you're not dead. Monokuma's unstable laughter seemed to cling to us as we walked away, and just like that, we were out of the gym. Well, that was fun, Kyoko. Cool. Thanks for, basically deciding everyone's fates for us. I could hardly believe it. Somehow I ended up not getting executed. I still had my life, and we still had a chance. Overall, things turned out way better than expected. Except I don't think she's too happy. Once again, I was in Kyoko's debt. Though to be fair, she did try to kill you, remember? Actually, she did try to kill you. She basically threw you under the bus so she would live. It was just a fluke that you didn't die. I need to have a sip of water. Like, seriously, Makoto. Meow. All right. So, Kyoko, thank you. Everything I have right now is because of you.
However,
don't thank me just yet. The real battle is still ahead of us. Yeah, true.
whew,
But still, I'm glad it worked out. I wasn't sure if the enemy would accept my proposal. But honestly, why would the mastermind agree to that? I mean, they don't stand to gain anything from a final showdown, do they?
so
They had no choice but to accept. Eh?
because
It's all because of that one moment that the mastermind let down their guard, like I said. I'm going to reaction! So when was it that the mastermind let their guard down again?
So-
I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't there to hear it myself, but do you remember what the mastermind said? They said they had hijacked the airwaves to broadcast our school live to the outside world, right? Yes, they definitely said that.
listen,
And what did you think when you heard that? Pretty hard to believe, right? Well, I mean, the idea of actually taking over the airwaves seems so unbelievable, but like, I mean, it's possible. You
indeed.
don't exactly read about something like that happening very often, so it's hard to imagine. In other words, that kind of thing is extremely difficult to pull off.
However,
And yet somehow the mastermind was able to do it.
in other words,
But think of it another way. There must have been some reason they had to do something that difficult. A reason?
so
They had to show the world something, no matter the cost, us killing each other. They wanted to show the world?
it would
The
seem
mastermind has been very adamant about not killing us directly, but forcing us to kill each other. And all their rules and regulations were designed to encourage that. Yeah, that makes sense. If those stupid regulations didn't exist, nobody would have killed anybody.
in other words,
So the mastermind's ultimate goal was to make us kill each other and show that off to the world. But why?
correct.
To prove a point, most likely. Well, duh, but what's the point, darling? Prove a point?
Hey,
The outside world has a name for the students of Hope's Peak, right? A certain concept? You're talking about hope, right?
that's right.
And for those of us who present hope, to kill each other and sink into despair. The mastermind wants the world to see that, to try and prove that despair is better than hope. That's their goal as the ultimate despair. What? They want to prove that despair is better than hope? The shizer? But that's ridiculous.
It's true.
You're right, it is ridiculous, completely irrational. It's the kind of thing that nobody but those who call themselves the ultimate despair would devise. That group whose only purpose and motivation comes from despair. But is that really their only reason for making the rest of us suffer?
Makoto,
I know how angry it must make you. And yet, the same motivation is what led to the mastermind revealing their weakness. What?
in other words,
Because their goal is to broadcast this killing game to the world. The mastermind has had to be more particular than is reasonable about their own regulations. If the mastermind simply ignored their rules, this wouldn't have been a game, but a one-sided slaughter.
at the very least,
At least that's how those who are watching this would have seen it. And that's why the mastermind couldn't kill any of us themselves?
indeed.
That is precisely the reason. No matter how much they may hate what I'm doing, I haven't violated a single one of their regulations. Oh no, my baby girl. Oh my god, no. She was my number one, and she got skewered so early I didn't even get a chance to get to know her very well. Jinko broke the rules, so she was punished, but in my case, they couldn't lay a finger on me.
Right.
So instead they tried to use the class trial following all their proper rules to get me killed. They began a trial that didn't have a right answer, then made me out to be the killer. But even that didn't work.
It's true.
Yes, thanks to you. And due to that failure, the mastermind took yet another risk. They attempted to kill you instead, who also was not the killer. And when that fact was exposed on live TV to the entire outside world, the mastermind had to accept your suggestion?
Indeed.
To prove to the world that despair is better than hope, they have to defeat us in perfect form.
In other words,
It would only do the mastermind harm to have it shown that they'd violated their own regulations. But all of that was a hunch, right? And you were still able to get the mastermind to accept your challenge.
however,
Well, it's only thanks to you that we got the chance. Because you believed in me, another path opened up. I don't know why he does, but like he's just down bad probably. Makoto's just a simp. Makoto is like an omega, for real, for real. Everyone just says, Makoto, go do something. And he's like, yeah, okay. Doesn't matter who it is. He'll just say yes. Still, I can't believe how much of the mastermind's thoughts and plans you were able to figure out. I didn't have the slightest clue.
Wrong.
In the end, though, I couldn't prove any of it. It was just my reasoning. Essentially, I was making a bet.
Whew.
But it looks like I got it right. This time, at least, I won the bet. She let out a quick sigh. I took it as a small sign of relief. To be honest, I haven't been that nervous in a long time. I totally couldn't tell you were nervous at all. You seemed totally confident in the fact that, like, you were definitely going to win and everyone else is probably going to die. Like, you threw Makoto under the bus. Jesus Christ. No, I'm fine. I'm over it. I said I'm over it. I'm over it, okay? I'm a little bit mad still, but, like, I get it. But, like, I'm still a little bit mad. But I'm over it. It's okay. I'm over it. You seemed totally confident from the moment we decided to go talk to him. Well, presenting a strong demeanor is a fundamental part of negotiation and persuasion, wouldn't you say? Plus, if I'd showed any uneasiness, that would have just made you that much more uneasy. Yeah, you're probably right. How pathetic, am I right? Oh my god, Makoto just being such a fluffy, fluffy marshmallow boy.
However...
Anyway, we can't relax just yet. All we've done is earn another chance to fight. We have to win this time.
Correct.
Or everything we've gone through will have been for nothing. You're right. We can't defeat the mastermind. It'll cost us our lives. There is no option except to win.
Hey.
But before we begin the final trial, we have to tell the others what's going on. Basically, that you just essentially pretty much potentially gave away their lives because they had no say in this decision. I don't think Byakuya is going to be too happy about that. True, but now we know who our real enemy is and we have to do... All we have to do now is work together with everyone. That's... Oh my god, yeah. Let's just work together with everyone. Oh my god, this is just not gonna work. Work together with everyone.
However...
Is that really possible? Considering who's left, probably very unlikely, but we'll give it a shot. Huh?
Anyway,
right now we have to go find the others.
Shall we go?
They're probably in the dorms somewhere. Shall we go? Sure! We shall go do that thing that you just said, Kyoko. Where are my buttons? There they are. All right, well, that'll do for now, because Lord knows I'm about to enter some what the shit bullshittery. Let me save my game real quick. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4. I declare a thumb war. No, I'm going to save right here. Whoop. All right, saved, and I'm ready to go. So thanks for watching. I have to lean over and look like a spaz now because like I have to press buttons and I have no USB holes. I have no USB holes and I have to go and press the buttons over on my potato, which is like over there. I'm facing my potato right now. It's over there. I have to press the button. So I have to lean over like this in order to stop the recording. It's a little frustrating, but I'll get more USB holes. I'm going to get more USB holes. That's like on my next list of things to do when I go shopping is buy more USB holes. Anyway, thanks for watching. I appreciate it, and I'll let you know when I get some more holes. So, bye! I'm going now.